This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Have you began to notice that the boundaries between reality and fiction have become increasingly blurred? That the stories and technologies that once only existed within the realms of science fiction are now at the very forefront of our lives?
Password enter. Welcome to BRT Online.
Reality has folded in on itself, giving rise to the ever-expanding phenomenon known as hyperreality.
John Wick is already a kind of hyper-reality.
We're in the hyper-real world.
As hyperreality continues its progression, it is essential to pay attention to the changes that occur around you. Because hyperreality can influence an individual's perception of truth.
You don't want the truth. You make up your own truth.
Their sense of identity.
You, I said.
What are we?
Consumers.
Right.
As well as their vulnerability to consumerism. Join us as we jack into the strange and fascinating world of hyper-reality.
Download complete.
This will feel a little weird.
Hyperreality describes a condition in which reality and its cultural representations have become indistinguishable from each other. It is a world in which the images, simulations, and symbols from every facet of media dominates our experiences, while the real world is pushed to the sidelines.
New face filters on Instagram today. This is my favorite one so far.
Chaos and violence erupts at the Armed Forces Weekend Carnival Saturday night. Police say it was sparked by 400 teenagers brought together by social media, creating a flash mob situation intended to cause mayhem.
As hyperreality continues to permeate itself, it has also given the rotting carcass of the corporate media new means and opportunities for mass manipulation through advertising and political propaganda.
It's a new morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone.
The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarmingly, some media simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our
long-term narrative to make the world more resilient, more inclusive, and more sustainable.
It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism. There are no limits.
It figures it would be something like this.
You've been living in a dream world.
By understanding hyperreality, you can better prepare yourself to navigate the complex and often confusing landscape of our modern culture, and hopefully develop a more critical and reflective approach to your own experiences and beliefs.
There is no time for romance, John. The world can be what you make it.
The term hyperreality was first coined by the French philosopher Jean Baudrillard in his seminal work, Simulacra and Simulation. Baudrillard claims that Western society is no longer able to distinguish what is real, that we have entered a new phase of human history, where modern society has become completely immersed in a world of science simulations, visual media, and technology.
It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix.
We live in a video game world, bro. Half of these niggas ain't even real people, bro. Watch this. You know that, though. bruh, that can't be a real nigga. That nigga is clearly a Grand Theft Auto created character. He look like he'll get hit by a car and get back up and continue to walk.
These simulations are designed to be more appealing, more entertaining, and more readily accessible than the real world, leaving many to prefer these simulations over reality itself, becoming addicted to the emotional catharsis that these simulations provide.
Creating this new temporal event sequence resulting in this alternate reality.
English, Doc.
Here. Let me illustrate.
This overattachment and dependence to the simulated experiences, and to the subversive images and propaganda of hyperreality's digital worlds, have caused varying tangents of simulated reality to form, helping give rise and furthering the perverse agenda that seeks to bastardize and eventually erase our culture.
Alternate to you, me, and Einstein, but reality for everyone else.
This perverse agenda is carried out by changing a part of our culture from its once observed, true and original form into a cheap copy that's barely or completely unrecognizable, a simulacra.
Deja vu.
We are living in a computer-programmed reality, and the only clue we have to it is when some variable is changed and some alteration in our reality occurs.
Get back!
When I saw Star Wars this morning, I thought to myself, deja vu.
What did you just say?
Nothing, just had a little deja vu.
What did you see? What happened?
A black cat went past us, and then another that looked just like it.
How much like it? Was it the same cat?
Might have been, I'm not sure.
Switch, APOC.
What is it?
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
Now, in a dream, our mind continuously does this. We create and perceive our world simultaneously, and our mind does this so well that we don't even know what's happening.
What was once a source of cultural inspiration and motivation becomes corrupted and subverted by those who are perpetually on social media.
Making her mark in Tinseltown.
How would you like to star my newest TV pilot? We're shooting today.
You almost tasted that. Num, eat it up. Go play okay.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So this is what we want. A nighttime series for my client, 5 big network specials, and a major movie deal. Now, do you got that?
Sounds good to me.
Thelma, there you are.
On TV shows, the malt shop owner is always a friendly black man or a spicy and meatball Italian.
Are you an exchange student from a more sexually liberated country?
No, it's Velma. I'm just unburdened by the belief I caused my mother to go missing.
What was that?
I don't like looking for clues anymore.
Whose beliefs are derived from algorithms that are made by companies whose ideologies are dictated by malevolent organizations and people.
I wish you an impactful and successful meeting.
That seek to eliminate all individual freedoms and take control of the world, propelling humanity into a new technocratic dystopian nightmare.
All right, get in line. Everybody sit down. 1, 2, 3.
Where people are forced to live in pods and eat bugs.
Crickets. Oh, nothing.
All this time we've been eating this shit. Hey, I eat them too, you know.
Oh, awesome.
Well, I lost my appetite for about a year.
While owning nothing and being told simultaneously by those same people, that's what makes you happy. Just like the ominous quote from George Orwell's now prophetic novel, 1984, "He who controls the past, controls the future, and he who controls the present, controls the past." Meaning the fate of our culture will determine our own fates, and the future we will inhabit.
here at WEF, I believe we're discussing, there's a lot of discussion about what the new world order will be.
As we continue to navigate our ever-expanding and constantly changing landscape of technology and media, it is important that we engage critically with the influences hyperreality exposes us to.
Hey, Robo-Dick, that's mine.
By arming and defending ourselves with a better understanding of the implications hyperreality has on our sense of identity.
What did you say? I said I don't know who I am.
The truth is, modern life is now not only a simulated experience.
What are you doing? All these pictures, this is your world?
But it is a reflection of our deepest desires, fears.
Why are you wearing that stupid place?
Why are you wearing that stupid man suit?
And anxieties.
Welcome to the desert of the real. We have only bits and pieces of information, but what we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
Artificial intelligence.
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power, and it was believed that they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun. Throughout human history, we have been dependent on machines to survive. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony.
By acknowledging hyperreality's power and limitations.
Limitations, the simulation, I know the limitations.
I'm asking the questions now.
We can strive to create a more authentic and meaningful reality for ourselves and for future generations.
You really can do it.
I did that.
Listen to me, John. You have their power. You can make things happen by will alone. They call it tuning. That is how they make the buildings change. Just now you acted out of self-defense, a reflex. But I can teach you to control your power consciously.
And break free from the chains of illusion and spectacle cast upon us.
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do.
Morpheus believed something, and he was ready to give his life for what he believed. I understand that now.
And your models are happy scraping the shit. Because you've never seen a miracle.
That will ultimately help us reclaim our agency in shaping our culture and the story of our lives around us.
This is also new. It's not new. I realize that nothing we've been doing is new. We haven't been tapping into new areas of the brain. We've just been awakening the most ancient. This technology is simply a route to powers that conjurers and alchemists used centuries ago. Human race lost that knowledge, and now I'm reclaiming it through virtual reality.